The exportation of live animals to the Middle East is breathing new life and hope into the Eastern Cape's agricultural economy. It has helped farmers during persistent droughts, and the importance of this industry cannot be underscored for post-COVID-19 economic recoveries in the Eastern Cape. It has the potential to contribute 1 billion to GDP annually. The live exports industry creates jobs, eradicates poverty, and sustains rural livelihoods. In the Middle East, it supports food security of countries unable to rear and farm livestock in arid conditions.
Our call as the department, we're supposed to be here to oversee the fairness of the whole process, especially when looking into animal welfare. According to the OIE, it is our requirement that whenever such operations are taking place, there must be certain minimum standards that are adhered to. We were quite satisfied by the entire operation.
Large-scale commercial live exports on the continent are driven by Mawashi, South Africa. The company is the largest international buyer of live animals from the South African farmers. Mawashi, South Africa is a subsidiary of Kuwait-listed company KLTT. KLTT is a global leader in responsible and humane live exports. It has been operating for more than 40 years. The South African subsidiary is making a significant impact on the livelihoods of commercial farmers and rural communities in South Africa.
The Middle East is an arid area, is an arid region that cannot sustain livestock. So sending livestock over to the Middle East actually sustains their food security. Secondly, and most importantly, is the religious connotation behind it. Religious slaughter is very important due to Islamic faith. That's what they do during the Eid al-Adha festival. Thirdly is consumer preference. Consumer preference is very important because we need to supply the demand that these consumers require in the Middle East. Middle East are very discerning consumers, and the South African meat that we send across, be it chilled or alive export, is actually taken on very proudly in the Middle East.
At the core of Mawashi, South Africa's company essence is a commitment to animal welfare and health. Middle Eastern markets have strict religious laws governing the humane and ethical treatment of animals. Animal welfare is a paramount across Mawashi, South Africa's value chain, including feedlot operations, terrestrial transport, and onboard livestock vessels. Live exports also respond to government strategic, national, and provincial master plans for agricultural and rural development. Berlin Castledale feedlot becomes the nerve center before animals are exported to the Middle East. Here, animals are kept for biosecurity isolation periods. Mawashi, South Africa works closely with the NSPCA and South African authorities to ensure animals are screened. The goal is to assess that animals are fit for travel before they are loaded for a journey across the sea. Al Masila is a state-of-the-art livestock carrier. It has been passed and certified by both South African and Australian government authorities. Accredited veterinary experts from South Africa's Red Meat Industry Forum are also satisfied with the vessel's compliance with the OIE standards.
During our inspection, many things are going very well. This shipment is going very well. There are officials that are on the farm as well. They are monitoring also the welfare of the animals and make sure that everything is loaded nicely. We are here at the harbour. We are monitoring the harbour part of it. We are also inspecting the vessel to make sure that the animals inside the vessel, they are happy. There is no signs of distress, pain, hunger. There's water provided and feed.
Mawashi, South Africa understands that South Africa was a country once divided. To assist non-commercial farmers to transition to commercial ones, Mawashi, South Africa awards offtake agreements. Live exports are critical to the creation of inclusive prosperity for South African farmers, while contributing to the food security of the Middle East. It is an industry that must be protected, promoted, and appreciated.